So Genshin Impact Livestream Update 1.4 went live a few days ago, and if you hate long videos, well then you're in luck because I'm gonna give you the shortest in a nutshell that Livestream 1.4 is all about. Well, starting with, we all know that Update 1.4 will be the Mondstadt event, and with that, the Mondstadt will basically be decorated by a bunch of stuff, and enter the new 4-star character, Rosaria, which is a cryo and a polearm user. And in a short rundown of her skills, her E basically allows her to blink behind an enemy and stabbing them dealing cryo damage, but it will not work on large monsters. And her elemental burst will summon a huge lance made out of cryo that will damage enemies struck in the area and will deal continuous damage over time. And in terms of new 5-star characters, we don't have 5-star characters, but we're getting a Venti and Child rerun, so take it as you'll want it. And then we have new weapons introduced to the game, a new 5-star bow, a 4-star sword, a 4-star bow, and a 4-star catalyst. After that, moving on to the new enemies, we have a mini boss, which is called an Abyss Herald, which looks like a Fatui, and as far as I know, you can only fight him once, and you can fight him eventually when you progress through the story. And speaking of which, the Enslaved story quest or the Archon quest will be continued in the update 1.4. Obviously. And now for the thing that I am most excited for, well, personally, is called the Windbloom Festival, which is the Mondstadt event. I believe this is something like the 3-part event of the Lantern Rite Festival where you get to collect stuff and do more stuff during the duration of the whole event. One of the events is offering Barbatos quote-unquote Flower of the Wind. And then we have the Shoot the Balloon events, which is kind of self-explanatory. You shoot balloons to get points, but be careful not to shoot specific balloons because they may give you a deduction. Then we have the Gliding event 2.0, but this time you will be teleported to a very high place and slowly glide back down. And then we also have an Osu game. That basically concludes the first part of the event, but then completing this first part of the event will give you a new gadget, which is the balloon that acts something similar to Xiao Lantern, and then you also get to play the lyre. Finally, you can also play it with friends. And then on the second part of the event, I'm guessing this will be something similar to the game called Fall Guys. If you've been living under a rock and you have no idea what Fall Guys is, well, basically it's a bunch of mini games inside a game, kinda like a party game, if that even makes sense. But during the duration of the event, you will be able to collect a new 4-star weapon, which is a bow, and it would function similar to the Festering Desire. Well, during the duration of the event, you'll be able to refine it all the way to 5 stars, and you get to keep it, of course. Oh yeah, we also have a dating sim in the game now. If you're into that, have fun. We're also going to have a new access to a pet, which is the water spirit, kinda similar to that Hydra boss that you're trying to fight. It also has weird interactions where it has to spit on the water creatures for it to evolve or grow larger. Along with that is an event called Wishful Drops, which is something similar to the Hypostasis Symphony, where you get to challenge the boss in a very different manner and difficult way in exchange of a few rewards, and in this time, the reward will be the Hydro Pet. And then you have another event called Contending Tides, where you'll be able to fight mobs in a small area or arena with a certain set of rules. And then last but not the least is the system optimization. I'm just gonna blitz through it. 1, you can now hold up to 5 condensed resins, which is pretty nice. 2, recipes that you can auto cook can now be manually cooked if you want to share your chef dream. 3, cooking, crafting, and forging actions will be optimized. 4, the world level can manually be lowered to 1. If you find your enemies too difficult for you, you can manually lower it now, but it also affects your rewards. And 5, multiple name cards can be displayed on one's profile. And then finally 6, the Spiral Abyss interface is now optimized, which means that there are various quality of life changes in the Abyss, meaning you don't have to quit the Abyss in order to just rejoin it, to retry the floor. There are just few minor tweaks here that can help you really have a good fluid time during your Abyss runs. And that is basically it for the Genshin Impact Livestream 1.4. So I really wish that you enjoyed the video. And hey, if you reached the end of this video, which I really appreciate, consider leaving a like and subscribe. You can always change your mind. Thank you so much, and until then, hope to hear from you soon.